So today let us go with one more new tool, and it's very simple tool. It won't take much time for us to complete today. That is Apache JMeter tool. This Apache JMeter tool, it's mainly for performance testing. The main use of doing with this tool is to test our applications. So you can see Apache JMeter is a free and open source software. It's free and open source software. Apache JMeter is developed using Java language only. So this performance testing is only for Java applications. So Apache JMeter is developed using which language? Java language. Apache JMeter is a Java based GUI application. It's a simple Java based GUI application. Now, the main use of going with this JMeter is used to implement. What is the use of this JMeter? It is used to implement performance testing of the application. So whatever the application we have developed, if you want to test whether performance is present in our application, like whether it can able to manage multiple requests from the user, how many requests it can able to manage, whether it can able to manage 1000 requests at a time, or whether it can able to manage 5000 requests at a time, whether it can able to manage 1 lakh requests at a time. That we can test it by using this JMeter. What is this JMeter? It is free and open source software, and it is developed using Java language, and it's a GUI application. And what is the main use of going with JMeter? It is used to implement performance testing of the application. Okay. So what is this performance testing? Performance testing is used to identify. What is the use of going with performance testing? It is used to identify stability and responsiveness of the application. What is the meaning of stability and responsiveness? So if many users are connecting to our application, whether our application is stable, so whether it is not going to crash if too many requests are coming to the application, and how much time it is taking to give the response. So what is the meaning of this? You can say how many users can access the application, and the response time of the application, how much time it is taking to give the response to the users. That we can do by using this JMeter. What is the main use of going with JMeter? It's mainly for performance testing. And what is the meaning of performance testing? It is used to identify the stability and responsiveness of the application. So we can check how many users can access the application and how much time it is taking to give the response. Using JMeter, we can identify the following, like application stability, average response time, how much time it is giving, how much time it is taking to give the response, that is average response time, and one more, like bottleneck. So the meaning of bottleneck is like failure point. It's what? It's failure point. So these all things we can able to identify by using JMeter tool. Then one more use is, so how we are going to do the performance testing? So before once we submit our application to the client, means during the production time only, the users will be accessing our application. But how to test it? Before we deploy the application onto the server, how to test our application? Like before we give it to the client, how to test our application? We won't be having real users. Then how to test, how to do the performance testing is by using virtual users. We are going to use what? Virtual users. So this JMeter is going to create virtual users and it is going to perform the testing here. So using JMeter, we can create virtual users, not real users. We can create what? Virtual users, and we can do performance testing of the application. Using virtual users, we can do the performance testing of the application with different workloads. So what is the meaning of different workloads? We are going to do the performance testing for one user, how it is giving response. For 10 users, how it is giving response. For 1000 users, how it is giving response. So that is the meaning of different workloads. Okay. Now, clear all of you the need of going with the JMeter? It's mainly for what? Performance testing. If someone asks you what is the use of this JMeter tool, means simple words you can say it is a GUI based application developed using Java language and it's mainly for performance testing. Okay, and what JMeter can identify? The application stability and the average response time and failure point. Right there. How to get this JMeter? Download JMeter. For this, go to search engine like Google and say JMeter download. Let me show this JMeter download. The first link what you are getting, see, from Apache. So download Apache JMeter. This is the URL you can use to download JMeter. And in this page, you can find, once you scroll down, see here Apache JMeter requires minimum Java 8 version to use this tool. And what we need to download? This one. We should download this Apache JMeter 5.6.3 zip file. We have to download this zip file. So click to download. It's downloading. So once the zip file is downloaded, we need to extract this. Once the zip file is downloaded, we need to extract. Go to the folder. Now, let me copy this JMeter into our folder. I've created a folder JMeter. Let me paste over here. Then extract this. Right click and say WinRAR extract to a folder. Now, once we extract, we get the folder. In this folder, you can see bin. Under bin, we need to run JMeter Windows batch file. This one. What we should run here? JMeter batch file. This one. This one we should run. Double click on this file to start your JMeter. So what we need to do? It's going to download this zip file. Download this zip file. Extract the zip file. Into a folder. In JMeter folder. In this folder, it's going to create the folder now. In this folder, you can see bin. Under bin, we need to run. Under bin, you can find a file jmeter.bat file. So it's a batch file. So run this application. So we need to run this application. Now, so just to double click on this file. Here you can see under bin, whether I have mentioned bin, right? Yes. So under bin folder, you can see this one, JMeter batch file, Windows batch file. So I'm writing for your reference, Windows batch file. Now run this, double click on this file. It's going to run some commands. So press any key to continue. Let me run it again. Not able to find Java executable or version. Please check Java installation. It's already Java is there. Okay, Java executable version it's saying. Okay, let me do one thing. So in our system, we are having Java program files, Java JRE bin folder. Let me do the path here. Right click on this PC, properties. Advanced system settings, environment variables. Now, go to this path, edit, and let me add a new path here. Okay, okay, okay. Just I'm adding this JRE 1.8 to the path and in the environment variables. Now, let me run this file once again. Not able to find the Java executable or version. Okay, it's saying run as administrator. Let us check it. Right click and say run as administrator. Click yes. Same error. Visuals creating today. Let me do one thing. I'm opening this folder in command prompt. There. Now let us do the path setting. Set path equal to semicolon percentage path percentage. Now let me run JMeter. So now it has opened here. Okay. So what I've done, just go to command prompt. I'm writing here, if it is not working only, if JMeter dot batch file not opening the application, do the following setting at command prompt. Okay, you can go with any version. Okay, no worries, you can go with any version. Set your prompt. I'm saying set path equal to, paste the address, semicolon percentage path percentage. Then after that, just to say JMeter. That's it. Then your GUI application will get open for us. Okay, so this is the application, it has to open. Got it everyone? What thing I've done to open this JMeter? It's a GUI application. Clear everyone? Right? So just to do the setting I've given, if JMeter dot batch file is not opening, then you need to do this one. Right? No. Not opening the GUI application. Let me write properly. So this one where we have to use this one at your bin folder. So wherever JMeter file is there now, at that folder we need to provide. So wherever you are having a bin folder of JMeter, at that place we need to do this setting and we need to run this command. Then it's going to open this JMeter tool. Now let us test the application. So in order to test an application, let us create one Spring Boot application now. Let us create one Spring Boot application. So create a Spring Starter project. Let me go with some Spring REST project. Spring REST project. Type Maven, Java version 17, group, some group. Package, a simple basic application. Then click on next. Here we are going to choose the dependencies like Spring Web, and let us go even with Lombok. Click on finish button. So these all things I'm not documenting. Creating Spring Starter project. Okay, any name. create a REST controller class. Create a REST controller class. Now, under the package, let us create one REST controller class. So already we have done so many times. Okay, just I'm going with create controller, some sample application. So the main objective is not how to write Spring Boot applications. Our objective is to learn JMeter tool. So I'm just going with a class create controller. Now how to make it as a REST controller? At the rate REST controller. Then in this, let us go with the method public string create, where we return some message. Right now, do the mapping. So above the method, we are saying at the rate get mapping, and we'll say a great. Import the packages. Now run the project, right click and say run as Spring Boot app. I'm just creating one simple REST controller here. Then once it starts, go to the browser and paste the URL http://localhost:8080/great. So our application is working, right? So we have just developed one Spring REST controller class here. A REST API we have created. Now, so once we create this REST API, so what is our REST API? This one. This is our REST API. Now we want to test this API. So whether it can able to manage, how many users it can able to manage. So I want to do the performance testing on this REST API. So how to do the performance testing is observe properly, follow the recording. So in this JMeter tool, first we need to create a test plan. What is our first step? We need to create a test plan. See here in this one, you can see test plan. How to create a test plan is right click on this. See here. Right click here, right click on test plan. Let me highlight this one, this area. Right click on test plan and say add threads. The first part we need to do, right click on thread test plan, add threads. And here we have to create a thread group. So what is this thread? It is a users, virtual users. It's going to create a virtual users. So that users we are going to add it to a thread group. Now go with the name of the thread group. I'm keeping as it is. Then number of threads. Here we need to provide how many threads, means how many users you want to test. So let me go with one user now. Let me go with what? One user. Okay. There. Now once this is done, our next step is we need to get the request, right? So I'm keeping the user as one only. Now right click on thread group. Our next step is right click on thread group, add sampler. I'm going to get what type of request now? HTTP request. So that we have to inform now. So right click on thread group and say add sampler HTTP request. So in this one, it is taking the name HTTP request. You can change the names. And what is our protocol here? HTTP. The protocol is what here? HTTP. And what is our server name? Server name we can provide our IP address. In our case, what is that? Localhost, because we are running in the local machine. And what is our port number? The Tomcat server is running in which port number? 8080. And what is our HTTP request? Get request. And what is our path here? Greet. What is our path here? Greet. This one. So I just have provided this HTTP protocol, localhost 8080, port number, and method call is get and greet. So those details we have provided. So we have given the HTTP service request here. Now, once we provide these details, now we need to see the results. Now what is our next step? We need to see the results. How to see the results is, again we have to right click on thread group. right click on thread group and say add listener. You can see listener. In order to see the results, what we should do, right click on thread group, add listener. Here, view results tree. What we have to select here, view results tree. Right? Then, now we need to even see the summary report. Even we want to see what? Summary report. So for that, again, what we should see? Right click on thread group again. Right click on thread group, add listener, summary report. Summary report. Right? This is our summary report. So these all things we have opened. Now we need to save all these things. Whatever the plan we have done, we need to save it. So to save, now right click on test plan and say save selection as. What we should do, right click on test plan, save selection as. Then go with some name. I'm going with the name my test plan, and the extension what it is going to take, JMeter extension, that is .jms. Now click here save. That's it. Then once all these things are done, now we need to run. We need to run our test plan. How to run our test plan? This one. This green color symbol we have to click. This green color symbol we should click. Click on this green color symbol. Okay. Now to see the results, what we should do? Go to this HTTP request. Under this view results tree. So can you see here? HTTP request, it's showing in what? Green color, right? So if it is showing in green color, that means it is working properly now. Green color means it is success. And here you can see request. What is the type of request? Get. And response data, what it is displaying? See, welcome to Raj Technologies. Right? So for one user, our performance test is success. Now we can even see summary report. So when you see summary report, see here how many HTTP requests we are getting? One request. And how much average time it is taking? See, 33 milliseconds. How much time it is taking? See, 33 milliseconds. This one. How many samples? One request. And how much time it is taking to give the response? 33 milliseconds. And see any errors? 0% errors. 0% errors. Got it? Right? So it may differ from system to system. Okay, this average may differ from to system to system. Now the next step. So we have tested our application for how many users? One user. Now let us test the application for, so click here thread group. So we have to click here thread group. Now let us test our application for 10 users. I'm going to test our application for 10 users. So before that, you can go to this view status tree, and if you click on this brush symbol, it is going to erase. And even summary report, if you click on this brush symbol, clear all, you can see here this clear all. If you click now, everything will be removed. Now let us test the application for 10 users. So click on this thread group. Now come here, number of threads means users, 10 users. Okay, we have done the changes to what? 10 users. Now click on this save symbol. Now we have to click on save symbol. Now run it again. Click on this run start button. Now check the result. View result tree. See, now we have done the request for how many times? 10 HTTP request we have done. We have done what? 10 HTTP request. Then go to this summary report. Check it here now. HTTP request 10. What is average? 3 milliseconds it is taking. It is taking what? 3 milliseconds. And what is error percentage? 0. So for 10 users also, my application is running properly. There. Now clear everything again. Clear all. View results clear all. Next, come to this. Come to this thread group. Now let us change the user to 100. Number of threads 100. Save it, run it again. Now check here, view result string, see it's taking 100. So any issues, all are coming in green color. Then summary report for 100 users. See average time it is taking 2 milliseconds and see error, no problem. There are no errors. So 100 users also the application can able to manage. Then now let us go with 1000. 1000 also it may work. Save it and run. Now check the results. So 1000 users, summary report 1000, no issues. Okay, 1000 also no issues. Then let us go with 10,000. 10,000, save, run. Now check the results. No issues. Summary report, no issues. Okay, so now it is not having any problem. See average time. Average time it is taking, see for now 391 it is taking. It is taking 391. Okay, so even 10,000 users also it is able to manage now. Now understand carefully. So here very small code, no issues. Now let us apply logging in our application. Let us go with what? Logging in our application. Now see the summary. Average time what it is showing now 391. Remember this number 391. I'm writing here for our reference 391. Okay. Now let me clear everything. Now let me go back to the application. Let me remove this. Let me write here 391 somewhere. Now let me go back to this application and let us apply the logging here. So in Spring Boot, it comes with what? By default, it is going to give log back. It's going to give log back. How to use logging in Spring Boot is very simple. Just to use the annotation @ SLF 4J. Just to use the annotation SLF 4J. So it's a Lombok annotation. Then here in this greet method, just to say log.info will say greet method invoked. Greet method invoked. Some message. Let me even provide the message log.info greet method ended. Some message ended. Okay. Now, so we are using some logging here. Now, once we use this logging, let me stop it and rerun the project now. Rerun the project. Now, once we run the project, how to check the logs? If I make a request here, see the result. See here, we are getting log messages. By default, it goes with console appended. So on console, it is displaying our log messages. Greet method invoked, greet method ended. Okay, some spelling mistake. Okay, no worries on this. Now let us test our application for 10,000 users now. Same application, but I have added log messages. Now go to this thread group. So now we are having 10,000. Now let me save and run it now. Now check the results here. Summary report. See now, is the time got increased here? See 480. Previously it was 391, but after using logging, we are getting what? 480. So it is taking more time. So when you are having, what is the main drawback of having loggings? The performance will be degraded. When you are going with logging, the performance will be what? Degraded. Okay, that part you should remember. So, but in reality, logging is also very, very important. So that's the reason wherever it is required, there only you apply logging. Don't apply logging where, like for entity classes, POJO classes, data access, DO classes. There don't apply this logging. Mainly for controllers and services, we apply logging. No. So for 10,000 also, we are not getting any errors. No. Let us check for 1 lakh users. I'm going with 1 lakh. Save it. Now let us run this. It is taking more time. See here. So for 1 lakh, see, are you getting errors? Is it showing errors? Means our application will not work for 1 lakh users. Okay. Here. How many times it has been invoked here. Okay. So for 1 lakh users, it's not working. No. Still it's running. Still it is running. See, errors are keep on increasing here. Okay. Let me change it to 50,000. And I'm changing to 50,000. Now, let us run now. Right. So even 50,000 also, it is becoming very slow for us. So something like approximately 10,000, 20,000, the application can manage. Then in reality, the company who is giving project to us, they may have 1 lakh customers. They may have what? 1 lakh customers. So 1 lakh customers, they may invoke this request at a time. Like we are having this IRCTC, or you may go with this YouTube, or you may go with this Facebook, you may go with Amazon. So a lot of users are going to access our application. Then what is the solution for this? What is the solution now? Anyone know this answer? Which concept we should use for this solution? Already I discussed. So here, how many servers we are using? How many servers we are using? Only one server, right?
One server, yes, Raj.
That's the reason it is unable to manage. So in reality, will you go with only one server or multiple servers?
Multiple servers.
Multiple servers. So managing multiple servers, this concept is called as the application, the load should be distributed to multiple servers. This concept is called as, in AWS we have learned.
Load balancing.
Very good. We use load balancing. In reality, we go with what? Load balancing. Okay. So in reality, people want to go with only one server. They are going to create multiple servers. Depends on the number of users. They are going to create multiple servers. And whatever the request we are getting, that is distributed to multiple servers. So that is the way it's going to work in reality. Okay. Got it, everyone? So how many servers it is required? They do the performance testing here. Like how many requests our application can able to manage. So if you are getting 1 lakh request and every server can manage 10,000 requests at a time very easily, then how many servers we require? 10 servers. So they are going to create 10 servers, and by using this load balancing, it's going to distribute the request to 10 servers. So in that way, we won't be having any issues in reality. Clear all of you? Any questions? Right? So please follow the recording and practice this. Okay. So this is for JMeter is for Java applications, but in reality, we use load runner actually, load runner, and it's a paid one. In reality, in the companies, in the big companies, people use what? Load runner to go for performance testing, and it's a commercial software. Okay. So for us, JMeter is enough for us for learning purpose. In reality, there will be separate group of people who are going to take care of testing. But as a full stack developer, we should even have a basic idea on JMeter also. Okay. Right. So anyone having any questions before I close for today? So I'll keep the code for your reference. Okay. So I'm keeping the code for your reference. Okay. Okay. So thank you all and see you tomorrow. Thank you all.